Hotep, Hotep, Namaste, Ashe. Welcome back. Hold on, let me get my dreads out the way of the mic. Welcome back to another occult healing session. I hope you guys are doing beautiful. I know it's getting cold. Well, if you're at where I'm at on the East Coast, the tri-state area, I'm in Philadelphia. It's starting to get cold out here, and I don't like it. Like, but wherever you guys are at, I hope you guys are doing well. And we're gonna get into this information, okay? Um, Before I get into that, though, I do want to give a shout out to Rael. As you know, sometimes I give the shout outs in the beginning for the people that have got the How to Make Money from Home session with me. Now, Rael, he's from Newark, New Jersey. He actually uh, he actually purchased my How to Make Money from Home session last year. But now the good news is he just contacted me and said he just quit his job. And he has now that I'm thinking about it, Rael, send the link to your website because he has a website selling yoga accessories, yoga mats, all that good stuff. And he's making around $2,000 a month just from that. And he's also coming out with an ebook soon. So definitely, Rael, keep me up to date when you get that ebook done. I'll promote it to the people. So again, anybody that wants that how to make money from home sessions, you can be just like him who quit that job. You can contact me at occulthealing22@gmail.com. Obviously, the email is in the description of this video. Also, along with any questions from my other sessions having to do with tarot card readings, astrology readings, the whole nine. If you're interested, just email me and I'll send you the whole list of my services with their prices. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is just a few things. I just want to talk about a few different lessons. In my Occult Healing Tribe group, I asked, them what they wanted to learn about, and plus I'm gonna add some more things into it. That's also anybody that's bought any service from me. If you're not in the Facebook, the Facebook Occult Healing Tribe, all you got to do is email me, right? And show me the proof that you received the service from me, and you can get access to that private Facebook group. You'll get discounts, you'll get freebies, you'll get information I only provide for those people. So we're going to talk about a couple different things, guys. Just spiritual lessons. I just want to talk to you guys because I feel like it's been a while. As I always say, I'm really really busy, uh, but I'm trying. We're all human, and we got a lot of different things going on. Everybody has their own lives. So I'm gonna get to the few questions that uh, people in the group have asked me, and then I'm gonna just add on and just talk about some other things. So the first question I have is from Kofi. Shout out to you, Kofi. His first question is how to find and identify good sources from bad ones. Now, this is actually a good question because in a lot of my talks, right, a lot of my videos, I'm always talking about sources when it comes to spiritual information because as we know, that there's a lot of bull crap online. There's a lot of bull crap on Google. And if you haven't really been educated through a college system, you most likely don't know how to do effective research. I'm not saying that all of you don't, but most people don't know how to do effective research unless they were educated to do that. Okay. Most people, what they do is they look for an answer, they go straight to Google and they just hit the first couple things that pop up and they take it as truth. The problem with that is you have no idea who's writing those sources. Most of the stuff that pop up most of the things that pop up on Google when it comes to our information are just blogs from people that are just, not doing anything. Like you have no idea who they are. So this is a great question because he's asking about sources because I'm always saying check your sources. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. There's a couple of ways to do this because it's kind of different from academic sources, right? Because just because somebody has a PhD in business administration doesn't mean they're going to be credible when it comes to speaking on these topics that we are talking about, me and you, right? What we understand, the spiritual realm, okay? So you got to look for different credentials. Now, they might have a degree in psychology. They might have a degree in philosophy. That's fine as well. We got to go deeper. We got to get into deeper things. So the easiest way that you can do this right now, okay, without getting too complex when it comes to research, is type in simple searches, because what it's all about is cross-referencing. So the first thing you can do is type in something like the top occult scholars. Okay, you could Google the top occult scholars. Now, again, this is just the first step. Okay, so don't just jump off the. As soon as you see the first couple names, you know what you want to do is cross-reference. Once you see, you want to keep going down the line of Google. You want to keep going to these lists, and once you keep seeing a certain person, or a certain organization multiple times, and people are, you're reading reviews of their work. You maybe are seeing some of their work. Remember, real true occult scholars go back to the past. Okay, like they gain, because again, all this stuff is ancient knowledge, so they're going as far back as possible. They're getting those expensive there's those expensive scripts and the expensive literature that costs $5,000, $10,000. I told you guys that a lot of this information is very expensive, and that's why you don't have access to that. Okay, so again, a simple search just to start you out: the top occult scholars, the top occult organizations. Okay, don't just get the first few that you see. What you want to keep doing is keep searching, keep searching. Also, when you go to a blog site, or you go to a site that is writing something, you want to check the author. Does the author's name have any weight? What else have they written? Um, you know, that's what this really is checking the sources. Now, just to give you a couple names and organizations that, again, it's not necessarily like the most credible, but it can get you somewhere. Like, now, a lot of people talk about the Golden Dawn organization because of recently how they've been portraying themselves, right? The Golden Dawn has been a little cheesy lately, but I always say that you can't refute a lot of their past information, and a lot of people that were authors under that organization and that movement. So you can go back in the past and research a lot of the Golden Dawn's individuals, the people that were associated with that company, with that movement, and check out. This is also, like I was saying, this is for beginners, because you're trying to get this knowledge. Again, there's so many different sources you can go to, but you can start out with the Golden Dawn. Okay. Also, literature that's written by high degree Masons. I always say this: Masons. There's a lot of Masons that are authors, guys. Like, they're initiated. Okay. So high degree Masons on speaking on these topics, of course, they're not going to give you everything, but best believe, here's the thing about these fellow individuals: they always give you key nuggets for you to study on your own. That's what you want, right? Of course, you can't really speak on everything. I don't even really speak on everything. Now, if you have a one-on-one consultation with me, of course, I'm going to dive deep into some deeper things. Okay. So yeah, high degree Masons, just look this stuff up. But like I said, you got to have more self-discipline. Don't just click the first things that you see. Like, you can go through and look at these things, but don't just jump out the window and take everything as truth right away. You want to do what we call cross-reference. Okay. So if you hear some information, then you go somewhere else, you hear the same thing, you go to another source that's not related, you hear the same thing, you keep hearing certain same things, you'll realize, all right, that's something that I could really put my mind onto. Okay, now remember, every organization, every individual is going to have their own perceptions of reality. All right, so every source is going to be a little bit different, but what you want to get is those same big nuggets that keep popping up. All right, another one is again, I know people have feelings towards him, but again, you got to be a little bit unbiased when it comes to really getting this information. Is Aleister Crowley. Okay, yes, you could say what you want about his personal life, but remember, Same thing like I said about the Golden Dawn. A lot of his literature, you can't refute that information because first and foremost, he was a scholar. So, and he was going to these places. He was doing real deep research, regardless how you feel about his personal life. So again, that's a good starting point of reading some of his literature. That will be a reputable source in the occult realm. Another one is Manly P. Hall. I know some people have some things to say about this individual too. Um, but again, the same thing. I'm giving you some of these places to start so you can start understanding, all right, where can I start? Where can I start? I can go on and on about some good sources, but Manly P. Hall, people that are high degree Masons, Aleister Crowley, the Golden Dawn, um, even getting into psychology, as some of you have, Carl Jung, looking at some of the literature that's written by a lot of these advanced psychologists. All right, because when you think about it, the occult is just deep, deep psychology. Okay. Um, the next question. Now, I hope that helps you guys. All right, take that and really, really, and like I already told you guys, the one website that I always suggest, especially for beginners, is sacredtext. Let me see. I think it's sacredtext.com or sacredtext.org. Okay. Yes, it's sacred-text.com. Okay, I always recommend that website, especially for beginners. So again, this is just to get you up on your research and so you can start finding out about these sources. Of course, I told you guys about my favorite YouTubers that are credible sources for information. I told you guys about them already, but Mind and Magic, the YouTube channel Mind and Magic, Santos Bonacci, Michael Tyserion. These are reputable people that you might not agree with everything, and I don't agree with everything that they say, and they might not agree with everything I say, but again, these are reputable people that you can get good information from. So the next question Kofi has is ancestral worship for beginners. Okay, so I actually have a video on this now that I'm thinking about that, but I'm gonna go over it and I'm gonna find that video and then place it in the description of this video. So, but I'm still go over it just for the video's sake of today. Um, Ancestral worship, right? First of all, you wanna make sure you build your altar. Again, I'm gonna have that video in the description of this video, so you can go and see. Because I mean, it's a whole video dedicated on how to build your altar. So I'm gonna just skip that part for right now. If you want to see that information, you go to the video. It's in the description of this video. Um, First of all, once you build your altar, okay, what you want to do with your ancestors is you want to maybe get some materials from individuals that died in your family, maybe pictures of individuals that died in your family. You want to ask your family as much as possible. You want to ask your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, as much as information as possible. Maybe get some few names. If you don't have any of that information, it's still fine. Okay. Basically, what you want to do is you want to dedicate some time, maybe that damn light. You want to dedicate your time, okay? Hold on, that glare is getting me. All right. I don't know why the glare is killing me right now. But you want to dedicate a time period like once a week. Some people do it more than that, but I do mine once a week. And in the beginning, what you want to do is you want to acknowledge your ancestors. Most people just jump out the window and start asking for things. That's not how it works with anything. If you think about it, with psychology, period. Think about it. If you just met somebody right on the street and you go up to them, hey, I need $100, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Now I know it seems a little cuckoo when we're talking about spirit, right? But again, Um, if you believe in spirit, then it will make sense to you. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to acknowledge your ancestors, keep them in your mind. Think about all the movies you see of rich people or kings and queens. They all had a certain room that they had all their ancestors on the wall up. Pictures of their ancestors, ornaments from their ancestors and stuff. We've been naturally doing this forever since humanity, because here's the thing, we all knew that that energy never dies. Okay, the energy is never destroyed is what I mean. All right, so again, you want to give acknowledgement, and you don't have to speak out, like, physically speak. You can think, you can say, I'm thankful for you for uh you know pushing the family DNA, because again, they're responsible for you being here. All your ancestors, think about it, is it's a really great thing when you think about the ancestral tree. You want to give thanks and gratitude to your ancestors and ask them to please protect you, please guide you to continue building the tree, continue spreading the branches, continuing to build the family name and the family legacy. Okay. um and it's like kind of like building a relationship. You want to keep going back, you want to keep giving your gratitude and your thanks, you want to keep giving acknowledgement. And as you go down the line, this is when you might want to start asking for things, start saying, please direct me to the path of getting a new job, please, whatever it may be. You can write these things down and you can put them on the altar. All right, you want to put them on the altar and leave it there. Also, you want to offer things to them. All right, again, this is a real deep thing that people have been doing for thousands of years. Some people go crazy and actually cook for their ancestors. I know it sounds funny to people that are not familiar with this, but it's the truth. This whole culture is built off of this. So they'll actually leave the food on the altar. They'll leave some whiskey or some rum. They'll leave a cigar lit on the altar. Of course, you want to be safe about that. You want to put that, so you don't burn your house down. But you guys should know what I mean. We're all intelligent here, right? um, so they'll offer things to them, because remember, we are only looking. The reason why it might sound silly to some of you is that you're only looking at the physical. We have to remember that everything is connected. Remember, you're just looking at it, the physical, but remember, all this physical stuff also is spiritual. Okay, it's all connected. I mean, it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around that, but it's the truth. So this is why when people say, oh, you're too materialistic, you're only focused on money and stuff like that, everything is spiritual. Now, you can be too blind by only seeing this, only seeing this. You have to realize that you could also be the opposite, right? Which is just as bad, where you're trying to be so spiritual, you're trying so hard that you're negating the physical. It's just as bad. All right. So again, now what the important thing is, you always want to close out your rituals. I say this all in the video. I'm just giving you a quick overview. Okay. I say this on the video that I'm going to have in the description. You want to make sure you close out your rituals with anything. If you're playing with spirit, you want to make sure you close out. So close out is that you say, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I appreciate the energy. Now you may be released back to where you came from, and the session is over. You collapse your hands. I mean, it's whatever you want to do. You create your own symbol of the session being over. Like, you do collapse your hands. What I do, you can, put your hands on the ground, whatever it is, whatever feels right to you. You'll know when you close it, as long as you close it, as long as you close the portal. Again, more information will be in that video. The last question is from Sarah Clarkson. She said she wanted me to talk about protecting your home and family when working with spirit. Oh yeah, I mean, that's basically, what I was speaking on. But look, I'm gonna give you some more things too. What you can do is build a crystal grid for your home and a protection crystal grid, because most people, when they build crystal grids, they're building it for, you know, whatever it may be, healing, money, whatever it may be. But what I do for my household is I always build a crystal grid for protection. That's the most important thing. You can get into feng shui if you want to get into specifics about learning how to bring certain energy in. Feng shui is very important to understand. Okay, so you can build a simple crystal grid. I know there's all these complicated ways, right? That's fine. I try to keep things simple for you guys, don't I? All you have to do is find, let me see, stones like this, black stones, okay? Black stones, hold on one second. This is black tourmaline, okay? This is black tourmaline. You can get garnet, you can get obsidian. There's many different kinds of black stones that you want to get. All right, you want to get black because that's the color of protection. So what you want to do is get 5 black stones. Okay, this is the simplest crystal grid for your home that you could ever do. I'm giving it straight for y'all. It's giving it straight to you guys. All right. What you want to do is put a black stone in all 4 corners of your household. So the 4 corners, you can even put this outside, the 4 corners of your household. Of course, I mean, if you live in a community, it depends on where you live at, if you can do that. If you're living in an apartment, obviously you can't do that. But if you have your own house that is separated from another house, you can put, 4 crystals on the 4 corners of your household, okay? That 5th crystal, you want to place it somewhere in the middle of your household, wherever you could, wherever the middle of your household is. It doesn't matter what floor it's on, okay? However you want to do it. Again, if you live in a household that, like, you live in an apartment where it has to be inside, same thing. Put it in the far ending corners, all right? The 2 corners in the front of your household, 2 corners in the back. You could do this for your rooms as well. All right, in my meditation room, I have the same thing. Okay, so I have a crystal in this corner, crystal in this corner, crystals both in those corners, and then I also have one in the middle. It's under this mattress right here, because sometimes I like to meditate laying on my back, so that's why I have a mattress here. All right. And the crystal is under the mattress, so it's still in the middle. You see what I'm saying? And say it to, say it again. You got to know it. A lot of the spiritual practice stuff, right, is all about confidence in knowing your power. Okay, if you just go around doubting things, you say, this is the crystal grid that's protecting my household. Of course, saging, I always bring that up all the time. But even when you're saging around the house, you want to know that you're dispelling unwanted energy, that you're protecting yourself from unwanted energy. You can't just sage and just, you have to put your initiation, your intentions. This world is run on intentions, okay? I can't say that, I can't stress that enough. This world is run on intentions. So whatever your intentions are, you're moving with something, all right? So saging, of course, like I told you, after you sage, you get the sandalwood incense. I went over a lot of this stuff in a lot of my older videos, all right? But you get the sandalwood incense to bring the good energy in, okay? What else? Oh, having plants. All right, this is important. I mean, that goes into feng shui, but since we're talking about protection, having plants in your household, having life, bringing life into your household, that's going to sort of protect you from, a lot of stagnant energy that can build up in a household. Okay, so simple things. All right, I went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but again, anybody that's in My first of all, also in the comments, if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you want to speak on, because I'm gonna be dedicating videos to that. I'm gonna start really paying attention to your questions, guys. So those of you that are in my occult healing tribe, you know, we'll be interacting. Those of you again in the comments, again, if you guys, again, if you want those sessions and if you want to get in the occult healing tribe, email me. You get in the occult healing, you will get in the occult healing tribe if you have bought a session with me. All right. If you have exchanged energy with me, again, that's all. You know, if you didn't exchange energy with me, then yeah, that's the only thing. So, of course, again, if you want any of my services, astrology readings, tarot readings, the hypnosis session, the detox session, the money spell, the how to make money from home session, or just a one-on-one consultation for me to help you. Again, my one, when you know anybody that already knows, when you're on the phone with me one-on-one, there's no time limits. We go in, you can ask me whatever, and I can give you some real information I can't put on YouTube, right? All right. If you want any of those services, of course, my email is occulthealing22@gmail.com. The email is in the description of this video. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are taking care of your family, going out with friends. Today is Thursday, the day of Jupiter. Get that prosperity tomorrow. Go out with your friends. Go out with your lover. That's Friday, the day of Venus. Enjoy your life, okay? And get away from these jobs. All right, and learn thyself. Um, until next time, guys. Peace, love, namaste, ashe.